are going to be watching Kids' Toys Banned for Harming Children. I don't think I ever had any harmful toys, but everybody in Twitch chat was telling me about lawn darts, so let's see if they're there. I'm scared.
All right, if you're buying a gift for a child this year, you definitely want to hear this.
About
What?
206,000 children in the United States were treated for toy-related injuries in 2021.
One says,
What did they have? A bomb?
the toy just suddenly started burning.
That's what I
Verdict is left
said!
wondering how safe her children's Fisher-Price toys really are.
Kids'
What?
toys are a multi-billion-dollar industry, and
Yes, and then once you realize this, every movie you watch will have like a taint of subliminal advertisements. Because I watched the Jurassic Park movie, or I guess Jurassic World, and as soon as they put that stupid little baby dinosaur in there, I was like, okay, they're trying to sell me something. You're trying to sell me something, aren't you?
it's no surprise because parents love seeing their kids have fun. In 2023 alone, Americans spent $28 billion on
What?
toys. But sometimes the toys meant to make kids happy end up putting them in the hospital. Every
Oh.
3 minutes, one child is treated in a U.S. emergency room.
Guys, I'm not saying that children should be in the hospital or have an opportunity. You shouldn't be in the hospital all the time. But when I was a kid, I wanted to go to the hospital once and get a cast because I wanted everybody to sign my cast. I was so jealous whenever Jessica would come up and everybody would be drawing smiley faces and shit on her arm. I've never broken a bone.
For a toy-related injury. We'll rank dangerous kids' toys that got banned, starting from minor injuries to serious consequences. My name is Visual Ventura. I want to thank you guys for supporting. It means the world. The
I like your
Gilbert
glasses.
Atomic Energy Lab. In 1950, a mysterious red box showed up in toy stores across America.
Whoa!
Looks like a lovely little red paper suitcase.
This is like a Fallout toy. Where's the duffel
Snake
bag?
skin, not snake skin, on the outside of the box.
It was a new toy, the Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab. The science kit lets kids conduct experiments, mix chemicals, and have fun while learning. There was just
Cool.
one problem. The science kit contained radioactive materials.
What? Also, didn't people have like those uranium plates back in the day too? And everybody was drinking out of lead cups?
The kind used in nuclear bombs.
What?
Because it comes with 3 sources of radiation and 4 uranium ores that are also radioactive.
So
What?
who thought it was a good idea to put radioactive materials in a toy? The man behind the Gilbert Atomic Energy Kit was Alfred Carlton Gilbert, a famous toy inventor.
We live in an age of science. This year at
Bioshock-ass commercial.
toy line in our history.
By 1950, people were very interested in atomic energy. World War II just ended, the first atomic bomb had been dropped, and
And now you can make your own at home. Let's go!
nations were scrambling to build nuclear weapons. Gilbert believed this was the perfect time for an educational toy that taught kids about atomic energy. The
Yeah, now let's just start making like, I don't know, elephant foot at home. That would be awesome.
toy was marketed to parents as a way to direct their children toward a potential career in science and engineering. It contained a cloud chamber, an electroscope, as well as other devices and chemicals that let kids measure radioactivity.
I would try this.
Gilbert promised the toy was safe, one part of the kit was more dangerous than parents thought.
What?
The kit came with 4 small jars of real uranium. This
Okay, how much is a jar of uranium nowadays? Can you have a jar of... I hope you guys don't also put my plushie in a jar of uranium. Jar of uranium price. Oh, no, it's just jars made of uranium. Can you not buy this anymore?
uranium released as much radiation as UV rays from the sun.
It really
What?
did emit very, very low amounts of radiation. But I probably would not encourage children to hold these samples next to their body all day long.
Long-term exposure to radiation is very dangerous, and the kit contained U-238 uranium isotope, which has been linked to many serious diseases, including cancer. The
Well, did they include like a Geiger counter?
instructions in the kit warn kids not to open the jars containing uranium because they tend to flake and crumble, and you would run the risk of having radioactive ores spread out in your laboratory.
What?
Luckily, this dangerous toy never caught on. At a price tag of $50, which is around $650 today, the Gilbert
Geez, 650 bucks to play a game. Oh my god. And I'm saying game loosely, by the way. You could make a bomb.
Atomic Kit was too expensive for most parents.
And and they sold poorly. And the reason for that is not because of any radioactivity concerns, but rather because it was expensive. It was $50.
In 1951, the kits were completely banned from stores barely a year after they were released.
Okay, here's my controversial opinion. You know, if they were selling like hotcakes, they probably would have been on the market for a lot longer. But since they're not making money, they're like,
Luckily, the Atomic Kit only sold a few units before it was removed, but our next toy sold millions before anyone realized how dangerous it was. Slap bracelets.
Oh my god, I had so many slap bracelets! Whoops, 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 whoops. All day, every day, that's all I did.
When we think of dangerous toys, we picture those with lots of moving pieces and electrical parts.
It's like
However,
spanking
the simplest
yourself.
toys are sometimes the most dangerous.
Are
We
they?
used to have these in the olden days. They were called slap bracelets.
Boom! What?
In the summer of
What
1990,
did I just
slap
watch?
bracelets were released in the US and sales went through the roof. In
Yeah,
just
they're
3
awesome.
months, Main Street Toys sold 1 million of the bracelets for $2.50 each and had orders of
Jeez.
5 million more.
That's crazy. And now I associate this with just like crap from an arcade. Like those things that you would put your fingers in and go like, meow, 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 meow.
Slap bracelets were part toy and part fashion statement. Kids were addicted to snapping the bracelet over their wrist and molding it flat again.
Did this start like the bracelet trend? Because I remember silly bands as well. There were so many silly bands when I was a kid. Basically, for people who don't know what it is, they're like little bracelets that look like animals, but they're like gushy. I used to eat them because they had a great texture in your mouth. But they started basically like social hierarchies in school. If you didn't have silly bands, you were the biggest loser.
In 1990, right after the original slap wraps came out, a bunch of knockoffs appeared on the market. But the companies that made these fake bracelets would do anything to make a quick buck, even putting people in danger. The original
What?
slap wraps used high-grade quality steel with rounded edges and a double knit fabric. But the knockoffs, which were coming from Asia, were made of cheaper fabric and low-grade steel with sharp edges that
So maybe people would take them and then just like try to put it on their throat for like a bracelet and go.
could rust through the fabric. If the cover tore and the metal band was exposed, it could cause injuries like cuts and scrapes when slapped onto a wrist. Unfortunately, the copycats didn't care about safety. Soon, the market was flooded with poorly made knockoff slap bracelets, and it was only a matter of time before
Ryan's toy
people
reveal.
started getting hurt. First, 4-year-old Nicole Tomaso of Wallingford, Connecticut cut her finger on the sharp metal inside a cheap imitation slap bracelet. Then, a student in an elementary school in New York needed 3 stitches in her hand after she was cut with an exposed bracelet edge. So many injuries were reported within 1 month that the Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a press release warning that slap bracelets posed a cutting hazard. To make matters worse, students weren't just snapping it around their hands. They were snapping the bracelets around their ankles, necks, and places with prominent veins. It was estimated that 10 to 15 million counterfeit bracelets were sold.
No freaking
There's
way.
no way that's a tape
Cap
measure.
or slap?
This is insane.
Are you kidding me?
Why does it have like a protective shield on it? It's basically wrapped in a Trojan.
Stop!
The only
A
way
ruler?
to prevent more injuries was to stop kids from using them. But how? Slap bracelets were banned in schools in New York, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut.
Dang! And you know what? In Texas, we don't care. If you get a little boo-boo on your pinky, that sucks for you. Get over it.
1,000 bracelets for kids are being recalled. They are Trolls Slap Band bracelets, and the danger
I never liked the Trolls designs. They're just so ugly.
is that children have been cut by the metal covering.
The makers of the original slap wrap Main Street toys were hit the hardest because they sold only 1 million slap wraps, which was far less than the 15 million knockoffs. This next
Okay.
toy was so dangerous, it was recalled, destroyed, and never made again.
What?
Cabbage Patch Snack Time dolls.
Snack time doll. Are they like, okay, here's my envision of it because I've never heard of this before. Cabbage Patch Snack Time doll would be a doll that has spaghetti for hair and meatballs on the top, and you eat the spaghetti.
In the early 80s, the Cabbage Patch doll was the hottest toy in America.
They're each one of a kind. They're Cabbage Patch Kids. You can give them all your love.
These dolls were so popular, they set every toy industry sales record for 3 years running. Riots would break out in stores when there weren't enough Cabbage Patch dolls. One desperate store manager in Pennsylvania used a baseball bat to protect himself from the mob trying to snatch up Cabbage Patch Kids.
Get out of here, you animals! Leave this mortal realm! Ah!
Dolls.
Welcome to another holiday shopping season. When the doors opened at this Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania store, the pushing and shoving began. One woman was knocked to the floor and suffered a broken leg.
Sometimes things got so chaotic that the police had to come and disperse the crowds.
Guys, can you see what online shopping has saved us all from? Now you don't have to deal with this if you just buy something online.
At its peak in 1984 and 1985, sales of the dolls exceeded $500 million annually. However, as the 80s ended, the demand for Cabbage Patch dolls fell. Everyone thought the glory days of the Cabbage Patch doll were over. Until Mattel purchased the rights to the dolls in 1994.
That's the Barbie
Mattel
company?
launched a new doll called Cabbage Patch Kids Snack Time Kid.
Oh, it eats stuff. Oh my god, little Timmy's gonna put his finger in there. Oh my god, she's gonna bite people's fingers off!
The company believed this new doll would bring back the excitement of owning a Cabbage Patch doll. Little did they know, the Cabbage Patch Snack Time doll was only going to make things worse.
Yeah, what I would do is I would put like maybe a bunch of thumbtacks inside of it, and then whenever it would snap down, it'd be like psh, 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 psh. And this is why I think I have problems.
The Snack Time doll looked like most other Cabbage Patch dolls, but it had one huge difference. This doll could eat.
She really loves to snack. Wow, she really chews. Eating her is so much fun. Your bananas all gone.
The Snack Time doll came with several plastic snacks, like a carrot, celery, and french fry. To play with the doll, the child would put the snack in the doll's mouth. Then a motor would slide the snack into the doll's mouth as if it were really eating. The toy was a success. By the end of the year, over 500,000 dolls had been sold.
Well, I think any doll that does human stuff always does well. Like, I think there's like a Barbie that has a doggy and it's like a vet, and then the doggy can like poo-poo doo-doo, and people love that. I think there's babies that can poop and babies that can pee-pee. Yeah, like kids love that kind of stuff.
Mattel planned to launch more dolls with new features, but then they got shocking news.
No! Place.
Snack Time doll.
Guys, there has to be a phenomenon. I swear to God, I have not heard the word shocking so many times since the accident. It just keeps coming up.
Just tried to eat a child.
The Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kids doll is designed to chew automatically when fed plastic French fries. Well, this particular doll began munching on 7-year-old Sarah Stevens' hair right up to the scalp.
The Snack Time doll had rollers and
Okay, well, there is a thing that you could do with this. What if you had lice? And then maybe you could have, like, the Cabbage Patch doll, like, eat all of the bugs out of your hair.
Its mouth that would pull in plastic food. The rollers would keep moving if they sensed anything entering the doll's mouth, regardless of what it was. This meant that if a child's hair or fingers got caught in the doll's mouth, the rollers would pull them in and start chewing. But
oh my god! That is terrifying. And I don't eat hair anymore. I used to. I don't know if this is like a nervous thing, but when I was a kid, I would give myself my own haircuts by sitting in class, and then I would pull my hair around like this, and then I would eat the ends of it, and then I'd be like, oh, nice. No more split ends.
At the end of 1996, there were 100 reports of children getting their hair and fingers caught in the dolls' mouths. In one instance, a family had to call 911 to dismantle a doll because their 7-year-old daughter's hair got stuck in the Snack Time doll's mouth.
Oh my god, can you imagine that 911 call?
Hello, operator, how's it going?
They're eating her! The dolls are eating my child!
Excuse me?
And they couldn't free it. It took 3 people over 30 minutes to dislodge the toy
oh
from
my
the girl's
god!
hair. The media picked up the story, and parents started calling the Snack Time dolls the dolls from hell. The bad publicity was hurting Mattel's brand. The Product Safety Commission launched an investigation, and Mattel needed to act fast before anyone else got hurt. So in January 1997, Mattel took the Snack Time dolls off the market and offered a $40 refund to anyone who purchased one.
How much is $40 nowadays? $40 refund, 1997. $40, 1997 to today. $80 bucks. I mean, I'd take 80 bucks.
$40 refund cost Mattel millions of dollars because they already sold around 500,000 by the time they realized the problem.
Yeah, this is literally the bite of 97.
But that wasn't the only time relaunching an old toy caused trouble. This next toy's return triggered a government intervention. The Easy Bake Oven.
Wait, I had an Easy Bake Oven, and I even did an Easy Bake Oven stream where I used it to make a Gordon Ramsay recipe. I think I made Gordon Ramsay's burgers in an Easy Bake Oven. It was disgusting, by the way. I'm pretty sure that was raw. He'd be like, that's raw.
The Easy Bake Oven was first released in 1963 by a company called Kenner Products.
Easy bake, fast as you can. Mix 'em up, pour 'em in the pan. Slide 'em in, let 'em bake now. Slide 'em in, slide 'em out. Easy bake, wow!
Wow, that looks great.
Kids could bake small cakes and cookies in the miniature oven, just like
Damn, they're not going
Little
anywhere.
girls loved it so much that Kenner sold 500,000 Easy Bake Ovens in the first year of production. In 1991, Hasbro, another big toy company, bought Kenner Products and decided to design a new and improved version of the oven. However, Hasbro ended up creating something that sent hundreds of people to the emergency room.
A bomb?
In 2006, a new version of the Easy Bake Oven hit stores. This one was a purple and pink plastic oven with 4 burners on the top and a front-loading oven. The oven had a small opening where children would slide food in to bake. Sometimes kids would accidentally stick their fingers too far inside and get them trapped in the front opening. After the release of the new model in May 2006, Hasbro received reports of 29 children getting their fingers or hands caught in the front-loading door.
5-year-old Sophia Justice is not happy because these firefighters are trying to remove an Easy Bake Oven that is stuck on her hand.
The fingers getting stuck was only half the problem. The oven also had 4 metal plates which could get really hot.
It's like a great little hand warmer. Oh, and it warms up my face. Hot oven top. Do not touch. Do not try this at home.
This made it easy for kids to get burned if they touched it while hot. As months passed, reports of people getting hurt by the oven increased. At this point, Hasbro should have recalled the product, but instead they offered a free repair kit to improve the oven's safety.
They just send you an Easy Bake labeled knife and say goodbye to your fingers. You're just gonna have to cut them out. Sorry about that.
The repair kit was a special plastic grate designed to cover the oven's front opening so kids couldn't stick their fingers inside. However, kids
They put a muzzle on the Easy Bake Oven!
still lifted the flap to put their fingers in.
Dude, children will find any way to hurt themselves.
What do you want to do with that flap?
But this was supposed to be the world's greatest security measure.
The injuries continued. There were 249 additional reports of kids getting their hands or fingers stuck and 77 reports of burns. In 2007, the parents of a Mississippi girl sued Hasbro for $1.2 million after their daughter got her hand stuck in the oven for more than 3 hours. When her parents couldn't get the toy off, they rushed her to the hospital where emergency room doctors were forced to cut the device off with a bone saw. Parents all over the country were mad and accused Hasbro of recklessly allowing a dangerous product to stay on the market. Eventually, the US Consumer Product Safety Commission banned the toy. And in July 2007, facing criticism, injuries, and lawsuits, Hasbro recalled about 1 million Easy Bake Ovens.
But you can buy an Easy Bake Oven now. Like, I did it previously. What happened?
Even though the 2006 Easy Bake Oven was never made again, this next toy caused just as much panic that same year. Polly Pocket.
Oh my god, I used to eat the Polly Pocket clothes! They were perfect because they would trap like the spit so good that you would get like a drink while you're chewing it.
Hi, I'm Polly Pocket.
I ate so many of these.
In 1989, Bluebird Toys introduced Polly Pocket, which were plastic cases that unfolded into doll houses.
And they were delicious.
Inside were tiny dolls less than an inch tall that could stand up in different areas of the dollhouse. By 1994, Polly Pocket was one of the best-selling toys for girls between 3 and 8. And in 1995 alone, Bluebird Toys sold $139 million worth of Polly Pocket.
Guys, I think we need to go into the toy industry. I'm learning today that we could be gore billionaires. We just have to have a really good concept because obviously this is a money printer.
But 2 years later, sales started to wane. Kids stopped buying them, but not all hope.
Well, I mean, to be fair, would I need more than $158 million? No. Even if my business dies, that means I got more free time now. And I'm a more billionaire.
Was lost. In 1998, Mattel bought the Polly Pocket brand and redesigned the entire Polly Pocket line. Mattel also introduced a new magnet-based clothing line to help make dressing the Polly Pocket dolls easier for children. They called it Quick Click.
For quick click,
good idea.
Totally wild. Elevator down. Hey, a new outfit. Change the color. A quick click.
They gave the dolls magnetic hands and feet, so Polly...
Okay, now I'm trying to think of how the magnets could go wrong. What could go wrong with a magnet? Maybe kids have braces and they would just like hang the dolls on their braces.
Polly was able to better attach or stand in the dollhouse. Millions of parents bought the Quick Click Polly Pocket for their kids. And at first, everything was fine. But then the tiny magnets in the doll's hands, feet, and accessories began to fall off.
Oh, so it's a choking hazard because they're eating the magnets. Well, I mean, what if they were like anemic and it was like a good iron supplement?
Some kids ended up playing with these tiny magnets and accidentally swallowing them, which could cause choking. But the danger increased if more than one magnet was swallowed because...
Oh, because they're gonna connect inside of you! They're gonna beam clash in your body!
Multiple magnets could stick together inside their stomach, causing serious complications. Swallowing a magnet isn't like swallowing a penny because they can wreak havoc inside the body. There were over 170 reports of the small magnets falling from Polly Pocket dolls and accessories. However, Mattel didn't take it seriously until those tiny magnets almost took a life. In 2006, 3 people swallowed the Polly Pocket's tiny magnets and ended up in the emergency room.
This is why I only ever chewed the plastic. I mean, I like macroplastics.
Each of them swallowed more than one magnet and required surgery. Luckily, all of them survived. After such a close call, the Consumer Product Safety Commission ordered Mattel to pull the toy off the shelf.
Retiro del mercado ha sido expandido. I'll be here all week.
In November 2006, Mattel recalled about 4 million Polly Pocket playsets that had magnets in them. The recall cost Mattel millions of dollars and damaged Polly Pocket's reputation as a safe, child-friendly toy. In 2010, Mattel attempted to relaunch a new line of Polly Pocket toys, but it flopped. It seemed parents could never trust Polly Pocket again. And in 2012, Polly Pockets were discontinued in the US. But the trouble caused by Polly Pockets is nothing compared to our next toy.
There's more? Guys, how have we scaled this high? We started with uranium.
Cuts, broken teeth, and even broken ribs.
What?
Sky Dancers.
Oh. Are these the ones that fly in the air and then go into the fireplace and explode?
Sky Dancers were like Barbie dolls that could fly. The toy came with a pull string base.
Who thought this was a good idea?
A doll with foam wings. When a child pulled the string, the doll would launch into the air, spinning its wings like a helicopter as it flew.
That is definitely gonna hit somebody in the eye.
Sky dancers. They're flying. Fly for me, just for me. Sky dancers dance for me. Wow, they really fly.
Launched during the 1994 winter holiday season, Sky Dancers became the #1 doll in over 20 countries around the globe.
She was a fairy.
Over 30 million dolls were sold, generating over $350 million in sales for Galoob, the company that created them.
That is so much money. If I gave you $350 million right now, chat, what would you do? What would you do? Probably get a water slide in your backyard, bowling alley, invest, do a bunch of drugs. Oh my God, I can't say that on YouTube. DJ, cut that out.
Inspired an animated TV show in 1996. The fact that Sky Dancer dolls could fly while other dolls couldn't made it a favorite among little girls. However, the feature that made Sky Dancers unique was the same one that led to their downfall.
They had tasers. Imagine them just spinning around and doing electric damage.
make a Sky Dancer doll fly, it's inserted into the top of the launcher feet first, and the pull cord is pulled to launch the doll. But there's a problem with this approach. While launched into the air, the dolls could sometimes fly rapidly in unpredictable directions and hit anyone nearby. You had toys spinning into the air and just going wherever the wind took them.
They go so fast.
While the foam wings on the dolls provided a limited amount of safety, getting hit in the face by a flying hard plastic doll was dangerous. There were 170 reports of the dolls striking people, resulting in 150 injuries. The flying dolls were responsible for facial cuts, broken teeth, and even broken ribs.
A broken rib? These things are fast!
As more injuries were reported, parents began to complain about the toys, sharing their stories about how their kids got hurt. Consumer safety groups contacted the media to warn others about the dangers of the flying dolls. At some point, the U.S. Consumer Product and Safety Commission thought enough was enough and stepped in. In June 2000, in the face of intense pressure and negative publicity, Galoob was forced to recall the Sky Dancer dolls after less than 6 years on the market. Almost 10 million dolls that sold nationwide were recalled. Galoob announced that...
Does that mean you have to send it back in, or can I keep, like, my assault toy?
Consumers should stop using the dolls immediately and call a toll-free number to participate in the recall and get a free replacement toy. Recalling the Sky Dancer toys was a financial disaster for the company. But even after pulling the toys, Galoob's problems were still far from over.
I can't take the name Galoob seriously. What does it mean? What does Galoob even mean?
After the recall, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission slapped Galoob with a $400,000 fine for not reporting the injuries caused by the dolls early enough. At least the bruises caused by the Sky Dancer dolls could heal. Our next toy didn't just cause injuries, it caused millions of dollars in property damage.
What? What could it be? I'm trying to think. Is it finally time for the lawn darts? Is it time for them to show up?
Hoverboards.
Oh! Don't these explode?
When a house catches fire, we often think that a stove or faulty wiring is to blame. But between 2015 and 2022, many house fires were started by a toy, specifically a hoverboard. A hoverboard is a self-balancing board that makes the rider feel like they're flying. Although it looks like the hoverboard is levitating, it uses 2 wheels to get around.
You don't actually levitate? What's he gonna tell me next? No Santa Claus?
Most Americans saw hoverboards in the movie Back to the Future 2.
Oh, that's cool. I like the aesthetic of this movie.
He's on a hoverboard!
Although the hoverboard in the movie was fictional, it left a lasting impression on the audience. Then in 2014, real hoverboards were invented by Shane Chen and went viral on social media.
Ever since celebrities like Justin Bieber and Kendall Jenner began posting videos of themselves slaloming on hoverboards.
1, I'm not gonna buy anything because Justin Bieber has it. And 2, what is a salamining? I would have thought salamining is like what you like slorpcore. Like that's like the same word to me. Like I was salamining my shit last night. You see what I mean?
They've been flying off the shelves.
It's the must-have gift this holiday season. Hoverboards.
According to eBay, they're selling 1 every 12 seconds.
As hoverboards became popular, some Chinese companies saw an opportunity to make a quick buck by creating cheap knockoffs.
I know it's probably safer to have the helmet, but you just lose so much aura.
But these knockoffs weren't just cheap, they were also dangerous. It was a cool evening in Watton, Norfolk. Lucy and Dan Wallace were watching TV in their home, while their 8-year-old son Dylan was asleep in his room upstairs. Suddenly, Lucy and Dan heard a strange sound behind them. Describing the situation, Lucy said, "I heard the hoverboard come on and it banged against the wall in the hallway behind me twice."
Casper wanted to try it out.
Lucy went to check it out. She opened the door and there was a massive amount of flames.
Jeez!
It turns out their son's hoverboard was charging when it caught on fire. Lucy and Dan watched in horror as the first floor of their family home quickly filled with smoke. Lucy ran upstairs, grabbed their son from his bed, and then carried him back downstairs out into the garden. Meanwhile, Dan tried to get the burning hoverboard outside. The Norfolk Fire and Rescue Service quickly arrived to put the fire out, and luckily no one was seriously hurt. But this is just one of the hundreds of stories involving malfunctioning hoverboards.
How often does this happen?
Timothy Cade says his
I gotta go back, sorry.
Involving malfunctioning hoverboards.
It's on fire!
It's on fire! I like the way you said it.
Timothy Cade says his hover booster board burst into flame and the lithium-ion batteries shot out.
From 2015, there were numerous reports of
Dude, that skin is horrible. It probably even has bad flow.
hoverboards catching on fire, mostly caused by knockoffs. Fires started in many different ways. Some hoverboards exploded while charging, others while people were riding them, and some while the hoverboard wasn't even moving.
It was like a firework, like you just lit a firework. I seen sparks just flying, and before I could yell, the house is on fire. Just the middle part of the board that would go in between your feet just poof into flames.
Some people are born with great storytelling skills. Like, I was entranced. I was watching her hands. I felt like I was there in the moment.
December 2015, there were 12 incidents in the United States where the lithium-ion batteries in hoverboards reportedly caught fire, destroying bedrooms and even entire homes. But that number was rising quickly. 7 months later, in July 2016, the U.S. Customer Product Safety Commission updated that number to at least 60 reports of hoverboard fires totaling over $2 million in property damage.
What?
It's the terrifying moment a hoverboard catches fire inside a house.
In 2022, hoverboards and similar devices caught fire many times, causing 19 fatalities.
Okay, I'd never seen that design before. He was riding sonic rings.
Two hoverboards
Look at
and
this.
similar devices caught fire many times, causing 19 fatalities and sending 20 people to hospitals in 39 states.
Oh my god!
So why were these hoverboards suddenly catching fire? Experts
the
believe
battery?
the hoverboard fires were caused by the lithium-ion batteries in the device.
And these are like the batteries that you're not supposed to bring on the plane and stuff too, right? Do they just like always randomly explode? Is there like an RNG element in this?
Liquid swimming around inside most lithium-ion batteries is highly flammable. Therefore, if the battery short circuits, the liquid electrolyte can heat up so quickly that the battery explodes. For a while, it seemed like hoverboards would become as common as bicycles. But as videos of hoverboard injuries spread on social media, many places decided to ban them. Hoverboards started disappearing in February 2016.
You know what we gotta bring back? Heelys. Let the kids experience Heelys. Let them experience the rush of using them in a Lowe's because they got the greatest, like, floor of all time. Get rid of this hoverboard shit.
When the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission threatened to block imports of hoverboards that don't meet safety standards. A few months later, the commission followed through on that threat, recalling 500,000 hoverboards in the United States.
Wow.
Some cities also banned hoverboards.
Back. Even if your scooter is working perfectly well, you can't ride these things everywhere. In New York City,
why is he doing
it?
it?
To ride them on the sidewalks and
Somebody arrest this man! Tase him!
the streets.
The U.S. airline industry followed suit. Many airlines have banned hoverboards on flights. Amazon suspended hoverboard sales and demanded vendors to provide documents proving the devices meet safety requirements. The next story is about the disasters that happened when a food company decided to enter the toy business.
Food company enter the toy business. Sorry, I pause on these parts. I like to guess before it comes up. Food company toy. Maybe I was thinking maybe Play-Doh when you would make like the Play-Doh food and then maybe people ate them. Kinder Eggs is a good guess because I think people used to choke on the toys in there. But I was more of a Wonder Ball kid.
Burger King Pokeballs.
What? How was I supposed to know that? What is Burger King doing to my balls?
In 1999, millions of kids were excited about the release of a new film, Pokemon: The First Movie.
Oh, awesome movie.
Is over.
I think we watched this in Discord.
Kids WB presents Pokemon, the first movie.
It was a fantasy adventure film based on the widely successful Pokemon games. To boost excitement for the movie, Pokemon teamed up with Burger King for a special promotion.
I miss good toys at restaurants. But now it's like, even if they have the cool toys, like I think McDonald's was doing like the Pokemon cards for a while. There's so many people that just go and do the, whatchamacallit, like the scalping. So then you can't even have fun.
But it would end in catastrophe. This is how the Burger King Pokeball promotion worked. When customers bought a Burger King kids meal, they would find a plastic Pokeball inside the box. The Pokeballs could be opened by pulling the two halves apart, and inside it was a small Pokemon toy.
Now inside every Burger King Big Kids meal you buy, your kids not only get more of the great tasting food they love, they get Pokemon toys and limited edition trading cards from...
That's awesome! Great toys! Burger King back then actually had decent food. Damn. Maybe I'm just old. I miss the old days.
Pokemon, the first movie.
Burger King offered a set of 59 toys which were inside these round containers.
That is a huge spread. Is that not? 59 choices? That's like crazy Gamba RNG.
Now, these are the balls that we're talking about. Some 25 million of them were given out with kids' meals. They were either red and white or hot pink. And when you open them up like this, inside is a Pokemon toy.
However, a problem was looming. Pokeballs could be opened by pulling apart their halves to reveal a toy, but the halves were big enough to cover a child's nose and mouth.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. I'm an adult, but children just try to find ways to harm themselves.
Either half of the Pokeball can get stuck on a child's face, making it difficult to breathe.
What?
Once you put them up to your mouth and you suck on them, like it kind of like sticks to your...
Okay, to be fair, I probably would have done that. Because I know exactly what he's talking about. And then it sticks, you're like, whoa,
mouth, and then you can't get any air, and then you pass away.
Oh my God! How did he learn that?
December 1999, a girl met a tragic end when one half of a Pokeball covered her nose and mouth. 2 days after this incident, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission asked Burger King to recall the balls, but Burger King refused. They stated that they were afraid to create anxiety for parents as it was too soon to confirm whether the ball was responsible for the tragic accident. Burger King said that they were waiting for autopsy results to clarify what actually happened. While Burger King was stalling, the balls were still in circulation. Before long, another
look at that too.
While Burger King...
Look at the Burger King logo. It's ominous. There's ketchup dripping from it.
Was stalling, the balls were still in circulation. Before long, another incident in Kansas would prove just how dangerous the balls were. On December 23rd, it happened again. A girl playing with the ball had a ball half stuck over her face. However, the girl's father was able to pull the ball half from her face before she was injured. That was it. Burger King agreed to recall the balls and ordered their stores to stop distributing them. On December 27th,
if I work there, I'm taking them all home.
Burger King issued a press statement announcing the recall. They also released a PSA telling its customers to throw the ball away or return it in exchange for free French fries.
Oh, yummy!
Posters were distributed to over 8,000 restaurants.
Burger King and the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission want you to know about the voluntary recall of this Pokemon Pokeball.
Could they have made that any more ominous or scary? Oh my God!
Children could keep the toy that was inside the Pokeball, but they had to return the ball itself.
Throw the ball away or return it to Burger King.
I mean, they have to make it scary to warn people, but holy crap. That would have made me pee my pants.
Hasbro Javelin Darts.
What? I didn't mean to unpause straight into chaos.
Hasbro Javelin Darts, also known as lawn darts.
Yes, we made it! We made it!
Or Jarts, was a popular game in the 70s and 80s.
Wait, they're called Jarts? So could you be playing with your Jarts wearing your jorts?
The game involved kids throwing darts at a plastic ring on the ground. If a dart lands inside the ring, the player scores a point.
This seems kind of fun. I like the Cuphead music.
The roots of lawn darts can be traced back to an ancient weapon called the plumbata, used by the Greek and Roman soldiers. During battles, soldiers would throw the plumbata at their enemies in an attempt to injure them.
Weighted throwing darts, known as plumbata, are known for being one of the most effective missile weapons of the ancient world.
Oh, hit me with it! Oh, thank you for the 3 months! Thank you! What's another weapon we could make into a kid's toy? What's a fun weapon? Maybe, well, we got water guns, we got lawn darts, we have nuclear bomb kits. That was the first one. Maybe like a sling? Or what about a child's trebuchet? We should have toddler trebuchets.
Fast forward to the 1990s, toy companies decided to reintroduce the plumbata as a game called lawn darts. In the 1970s, many toy companies, including Hasbro, modified the plumbata's design and applied for patents. Despite being a literal weapon of war, toy manufacturers believed that they could make an exciting family lawn game and started marketing lawn darts as an exciting outdoor game for the whole family. Unfortunately, all hell broke loose when kids got their hands on them.
And let me see if you can hear this. Okay. How can they consider this a toy?
Lawn darts started hurting people as soon as they hit the market. In 1970,
Frame 1 is wild. Did they have no testing?
tragic lawn dart accident claimed the life of a child who was only 4. When the Consumer Product Safety Commission heard about this, they banned lawn darts that same year. However, the companies producing lawn darts didn't want them banned. They challenged the ban in court, and after a long legal battle, a compromise was reached in 1976. The ban was lifted on one condition. Lawn darts could no longer be marketed or sold as toys or in toy stores.
Okay, so maybe we'll put them in like academy next to like the cornhole and say that it's for adults. But then what if you just got really, really drunk with the boys and you're playing lawn darts? Like, it could still be dangerous.
The commission ruled that every pack must contain the following warning: not a toy for use by children, may cause serious fatal injury. Read instructions carefully. Keep out of reach of children. By 1977, lawn darts were back in stores.
Thanks, Slay Queen.
Despite the warning labels, children continued to play with them. Between 1978 and 1986, lawn darts sent 6,100 people to the emergency room.
Oh my god! That's a lot!
At least 80% of injuries involved kids younger than 15. 3 of these injuries were fatal. However, out of all these incidents, one tragedy reminded everyone how dangerous these darts were. In April 1987, a 7-year-old girl in California was playing with her dolls when she was hit by a lawn dart sailing through the air.
What children will do with a lawn dart, they were just winging them. One sailed over a fence. My daughter was in front, struck her in the head, and she ran to her mother and I.
Sadly, she didn't survive. One researcher estimated that the dart hit her with a force of 23,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. After the loss of his daughter, David Snow started a crusade to get lawn darts banned.
There was a warning on the box. It was a 3-foot-high box, and there was a tiny warning on the bottom.
For a year and a half, David Snow lobbied public officials with phone calls and letters trying to get lawn darts completely banned, and he succeeded.
Wow,
In December
he made a
1988, the
change.
Consumer Product Safety Commission banned the sale of all outdoor darts in the US. After the ban, the commission sent out a press release pleading for the public to destroy their darts or keep them out of the hands of kids. This was the second time lawn darts were banned, but the dangerous toy still refused to go away.
What? They're still there? They're the 2-time ban and they're going for 3?
1988 ban made lawn darts illegal to sell, but by the mid-90s, some parents never saw the ban and let their kids play with them. The ban was reissued in 1997 and people were encouraged to destroy the toy. But even after this third ban, vintage sets of lawn darts are still being sold at online auction sites.
Oh, like
These
eBay?
incidents with harmful toys remind us to keep a close eye on the kids in our lives. As technology evolves, so should our efforts to protect them. Because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Visual
He's
Venture.
teaching me a lesson. That was a crazy video. I learned so much about children's toys, and I am so glad I only ever ate the Polly Pocket clothes and not the magnets because nobody knows how they work. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and like. It helps me out. Maybe leave a comment of your favorite toy when you were growing up. And if you want, use code Berry for 10% off your Gamer Steps order. Thank you so much. I super appreciate it. Have a good day, YouTube. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.